Section 5. Positive Behavior Support. This section provides introductory information about positive behavior support by discussing some principles and practices which have been effective in supporting many people with developmental disabilities. The positive behavior support planning process and how people use behavior to communicate are also discussed. Positive behavior support. Positive behavior support, PBS, is a person-centered approach to addressing challenging behavior by changing the surroundings and support, while teaching the person new skills to better communicate and provide more choice and control over his or her life. PBS is the preferred approach adopted by the DBHDS to ensure people have supports to be successful. Rather than eliminating difficult behaviors, PBS stresses personal growth with the end result being an improved quality of life for the person. Minimizing problem or challenging behavior is a secondary goal. More training about positive behavioral support practices may be obtained from your agency or DBHDS staff. Definition of positive behavior support. PBS is an approach to behavior support that includes an ongoing process of research-based assessment, intervention, and data-based decision-making. It is focused on building social and other functional competencies, creating supportive contexts, and preventing the occurrence of problem behaviors. PBS relies on strategies that are respectful of a person's dignity and overall well-being, and that are drawn primarily from behavioral, educational, and social sciences, although other evidence-based approaches may be incorporated. PBS may be applied within a multi-tiered framework at the level of the individual and at the level of larger systems, example, families, classrooms, schools, social service programs and facilities, Kincaid, Dunlap, Kern, Lanier, Bombara, Brown, Fox and Noster 2016. It's important to note that PBS is committed to positive approaches that are not punishing or unpleasant and to strategies that are respectful of a person's dignity and their overall well-being. Those who use PBS strategies should look at everything that supports the person, at home, at work, and in the community to be sure that all strategies used are respectful to a person with behavioral needs and the staff who support him or her. For example, the staff's idea of a fun night is to load up the group home van with all 5 residents and go to McDonald's every Friday night. Bob resists getting on the van and has begun taking off his seatbelt and hitting whoever is sitting next to him. People who have few opportunities to participate in enjoyable, meaningful activities with people they like are more likely to display challenging behaviors out of boredom or unhappiness. In this case, helping the person to find and participate in enjoyable activities with people he likes may go a long way toward removing the reason for the negative behavior. All behavior is communication. Some people with disabilities have communication difficulties, such as being unable to talk or understand spoken language, that get in the way of expressing their needs and feelings in usual ways, see Section 4. This may lead to expressing those needs by using behaviors that appear unusual or disturbing to others. In the past, people who had difficult behaviors were considered in need of institutionalization or more restrictive environments until they learned behaviors that showed that they were ready for life in the community. This has proven to be wrong. Current research shows that giving someone choice and control over their own life often minimizes challenging behaviors, which is why using a person-centered approach is one of the foundations of PBS. Teaching positive behavior in someone's home, work, or other community setting is a better way to help him or her learn ways to communicate that others will understand. In order to be successful with behavioral supports, staff must treat people with dignity and respect. Support staff must view behavior as a way for the person to control and direct his or her own life. If the desire for personal choice and control is not respected, the result may be someone has learned negative behaviors in order to gain some control. If this has gone on for a long time, it can be very challenging for staff and others who live and work around the person. People, with or without developmental disabilities, generally do not behave their best when they are feeling pain or discomfort. A person who is hungry, thirsty, or tired may act in a negative way to express these feelings. A person who is worried about their safety and not sure what's going to happen next may use difficult behaviors to express fear or anxiety. Some problem behaviors are a result from the side effects of medications. Others result from unhappiness, which may be due to missing family or friends, the absence of a favorite person, dislike of work, or an argument with a housemate or coworker. For some, simply providing a few minutes of individual focused attention may eliminate a need for attention from staff. Reasons for behavior are as unique as individuals. If we are to support people in successfully reducing challenging behaviors, we must first do our best to know each person and what is happening in their lives. Positive behavior support plans. A positive behavior support plan looks carefully at someone's behavior and figures out what might need to change in his or her schedule or home or work environment. It will provide information about how you should support them and respond when the behavior occurs. It also determines what new behavior the person could use to get what he or she needs and wants, and how to teach the person the new, acceptable behavior. Positive behavior support plans are designed to help all of the staff in the person's life to respond in the same way. Just as you may not like the same things day after day, PBS plans need to change over time to meet the person's needs in order to remain effective. Writing a behavior support plan will not be one of your responsibilities as a DSP. However, the professional who does develop the PBS plan will need to seek your help in trying to figure why the behavior is occurring. If you regularly support the person, you may be an expert on the ways he or she behaves, and your input is extremely valuable to the person who is developing the plan. You may be asked to provide some information in order to help pinpoint the purpose of the behavior and when the behavior occurs. You should think about what is going on around the person at the time. Who else is present? What happens immediately after the behavior occurs? Other important things to remember about challenging behaviors. There are certain behaviors that may be irritating to us, but sometimes, if a behavior does not harm anyone, it may be best to ignore it. Some people with disabilities lead extremely lonely lives. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you had no one in your life who was available to listen to you or provide you with attention? It's very important that everyone knows that there is some time in each day where they can receive unconditional attention. Providing people with attention may eliminate their need to use negative attention-getting behaviors. When behavior places anyone in danger, ensuring safety and decreasing risk are most important. Staff should not try to teach desired behaviors during a time when dangerous behavior is occurring. Discipline is intended to teach, not punish. When a dangerous behavior is happening, it is not a teachable moment. It's more important for everyone to be safe and calm. Some things that you can do to best support people who are expressing themselves using unusual or disturbing behavior are listed on the following 2 pages. Positive behavioral support. What's your role? 1. Be a good role model. It will be difficult for people to look to you to teach them anger management if they see you yell and scream when you get angry. Be respectful of those you are supporting, and show them that there are ways to express frustration without being disrespectful. 2. Be a good observer. As a DSP, you will have the most contact with the person and will generally be the first to notice changes in behavior or behaviors that are interfering in a person's life. Your input is extremely valuable. 3. Keep good documentation. Your observations of what's happening before and after the challenging behavior are critical in determining why the behavior occurs. Write down accurate, factual information about patterns of behavior, times, places, surrounding events, what happens after the behavior. In our example of Bob, staff might be making notes such as: At first Bob would not get on the van for a trip to McDonald's. Once on the van, he began hitting his neighbor. At the intersection, Bob took off his seatbelt. Bob ate little of his dinner tonight. Ate most of his salad and pie, but only took one bite of his hamburger. 4. Follow behavior support plans. In order to support someone effectively, the same teaching strategies must be used by all staff members and others involved in the person's life. In addition, behavior plans must follow human rights guidelines. By carefully following behavior support plans, you help make sure that the person's rights are protected and that the new, positive behavior is successfully taught. Be sure to tell the person who developed the plan if it seems too difficult or complicated. It's important that the plan is designed so that you understand it and can carry it out. Make it a point to tell supervisors about what works and what does not work in the PBS plan. 5. Be a good communicator. If someone communicates with words, listen to what they tell you about their choices with words and behavior. If they do not communicate with words, pay close attention to what they tell you through behavior. By doing this, you will often be able to assist people in exercising choice and control, which will make it less likely that negative behavior will be necessary. 6. Be supportive and respectful. The people you support have the same desire you have to be accepted in the community. Socially unacceptable behaviors may have been learned for a variety of reasons based on the person's life history and experiences. When you treat people with respect, they are more likely to trust that you are trying to help them reach their goals and, thus, you will be a better DSP. 7. Commit to problem solving. When someone lives in the community, problems may arise due to behaviors that keep the person from fully participating in community life. Put your creativity and energy into helping find solutions that increase the person's ability to become a valued, participating community member. The Arc of Virginia reminds us that people with intellectual disabilities deserve a life like yours and have abbreviated that by using the acronym ALLY. 8. Assist people with improving their quality of life. Look at people's lives to see if they have opportunities to make friends, participate in activities they like, and take on new challenges. Find ways to help each person increase those opportunities. For example, try going with someone to join a club that focuses on his or her interests. 9. Point out positive actions. The people you support might make choices you don't agree with at times. Focus on helping people notice the positive effects of certain actions. Praise someone who has just combed his hair to a mirror and point out how good his hair looks. In time, he may go to the mirror alone and note whether the grooming was successful. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to the coordinator for guidance at staffing@djthealthservices.com. This video was brought to you by DJT Health Services.